on inside, working to secure perimeter. Work quietly until the captain kicks things off. No promises, LT.
Nope. So, Modern Warfare 3 has just been released, and we got early access to the campaign for those who pre-ordered the game, and I'm just gonna say, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are disappointed, so let's get into the review. So, let's just start off with some of the good things. So this is gonna be a brief review, not really scripted or anything. I'm just passionate about what I had experienced my last live stream, and the footage you are seeing is of my live stream, so you can see a little dragon avatar to the lower right hand corner. The quality is not that great, but you know, it's Twitch, what you expect, and it's also other sites. So to start off with the campaign, let me just say the performance is pretty good. I will say that. The frame rate was consistent, and it's mainly because of an option that allows you to allocate sources based on where they are needed. It's in the settings. I forgot what it's called exactly. It's not exactly DLSS. It's more about modifying the actual game engine itself to make the frame rate better, rather than just reducing your quality. You can still reduce the quality with DLSS, but personally, when it comes to the campaign, I want it to look as best as it can be. And I cranked up every setting, and the frame rate was very consistent. I'd play at 1080p and ultra wide, and I was getting like way over 160, 170 FPS, nearly 200, to where it matches my monitor's refresh rate of 200 hertz, right? So, you know, and also the input settings as well, they were good as well. You got, everything was familiar. You got my input sensitivity options, you got my button configuration and all that. The one thing I did have to change, however, was that when I mounted my weapon, I would often have to aim down sights and press the melee button. That's my setting. However, with the new tactical stance that's in this game, I had to set the melee button while aiming to switching that stance, because when I'm trying to mount onto something, I'm switching my stance at the same time. So I can't have two of those simultaneously in the actual setting, because I can't mount my weapon. So I have to dedicate it to a brand new button. So let's just start off with the missions themselves. So the first mission starts you off with you being a part of an unknown force going into the gulags. It's called Operation 627. It's a reference to Modern Warfare 2's Prisoner 627, which, by the way, much better. The old version of Modern Warfare 2's 627 was amazing. But this one was also good. Kicked off everything to what you can expect. Obviously, I was pretty much aware of what was happening. I'm like, oh, let me guess. We're playing as the bad guys, right? We're gonna knock on the doors and get a certain prisoner out. And sure enough, yeah, we're releasing Makarov. So they kind of flipped it on us. So rather than us releasing Price from the prison in the original in Modern Warfare 2, in this game, Makarov is in the prison instead. So it's kind of like a flip on your head kind of thing, you know. It's like, oh, I didn't expect that. Well, so after I did that campaign mission, you know, I thought it was pretty good. I was like, okay, we're off to a great start, you know, whatever. Then we started getting into the open combat missions. Now, it's like, I mean, it's innovative somewhat, but I mean, do I really want to explore it? This feels like a co-op mission that you really didn't want in the campaign. It wasn't linear. Yeah, it was open, but did I really feel like exploring? Not really. If I wanted to upgrade my armor, yeah, but I just wanted to get the mission out of the way, right? This felt like a co-op inspired with Warzone assets to it. You got armor and everything like that. You find weaponry and all that. It's just, why? I just want to go to the main objectives, complete them, and that's it. I just want to know the storyline. I want to understand the narrative, and I didn't feel like the open missions themselves fit the entire story. It's like I said, it's just a waste of space. It's just this big giant map, and you don't even explore all of it. And so what's the point of even having it? You know, keep things linear for storyline-based games like this one. If you wanted my personal opinion, the only way combat missions could ever succeed in Call of Duty is if the entire game was open world. Like, I know they're trying to get aspects of, like, say, Far Cry in here. Like, at least add more of that. If you want to go stealthy, at least allow us to not only take out people silently, but also allow us to take out the alarms, all that stuff, security cameras, maybe cause distractions based on sabotaging equipment, you know, all that stuff. But all we really get to distract people are bottles. It's like, why? It's like, I'm just going to run in and just gun everything down. That's like the most optimal way you can play the game, because at least it's not boring. So for the rest of the campaign, it's, I didn't really feel like it was a good campaign at all. It just felt generic, didn't really take any risks or anything. So I will give credit where credit is due. Flashpoint is a mission that I liked because it's a terrorist attack. You know, it takes some. That's the only mission that kind of took more risks. And also because of the major nostalgia for Verdansk. I mean, you're in Verdansk in the stadium. Verdansk, man!
the airport and he hit the stadium instead.
I bet you people really got a hard on for this mission. I'm like, wow, there's actually people here. Too many people. It kind of complicated the mission because you're trying to shoot the bad guys, but you got like 15 people running in front of you. You shoot one of them, your mission fails. Oh god, that annoyed the hell out of me. I had to watch people die and the bad guys mow them down just so that I don't fail the mission. It's like, just get out of the freaking way, people. Come on. But like after a while, you know, you got to the mission and you're like, whatever, you're introduced to the villain. It's like a flashback, blah, 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 you know, story, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have buried this guy alive, you know, because he's eventually going to come back. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Who cares, right? Makarov himself didn't feel like he was very intimidating. He looked like a generic bad guy from a movie you would just forget about like 2 minutes in. This guy is like Diet Coke version of Makarov. The only mission I thought would have redeemed his character was if they properly gave us a no Russian mission that actually shocked us. And the only thing that mission ever did was, oh, woman, she's from another country, she's terrorist. Let's try to stop. That's it. You basically are framed for being a terrorist because of your nationality, you know, all that stuff. You're given a gun, people think you're a terrorist, and you try to disarm a bomb that's on your chest, and it blows up. That's it. Oh, and they showed a little girl, and they showed her little burnt-up doll. I was like, okay, a child was killed on the flight, but is it really that impactful compared to the original games? I mean, MW2 2009 had you going undercover to gain a terrorist trust. And you know what you did? You went into an airport and you mowed people down. That made headlines in the news. And I felt that the new Infinity War team didn't want that controversy anymore. And I'm thinking to myself, why? It's a video game. It's art, right? It's a narrative. You got to have something to give us more substance. Because if you just give us these non-risk games that you're giving us with this new trilogy, it's not going to cut it, people. Stop, please. So aside Flashpoint and Operation 627, you know, there's another one that's called Danger Close. It's an AC-130 mission. It's pretty generic, but I liked it. You know, who wouldn't want to be in an AC-130? I think that's pretty amazing. But overall, the biggest elephant in the room is the duration of the campaign. Okay, brace yourselves here. This campaign ended in 4 hours. I am not joking. I was expecting 5-6 hours worth of story content. 4 hours, and the game just cuts off. It just ends right there. Like, what? You want to actually understand my frustration? Look at my reaction. Wait, that was it? There's gotta be one more mission. Wait, that was it? What? There had to be at least 1 or 2 more missions. Like 4 hours? Are you kidding me? 4 hours. It felt like we just got half of the content and the other half is just looming in limbo. And I'm hoping, I pray, that Sledgehammer does not give us the other half of the campaign in the form of Modern Warfare 4 or campaign cutscenes in Warzone. I don't want to continue the story with another sequel or in Warzone. Reload. Can you please tell us that the other half of the campaign is coming in Season 2, Season 3? The whole entire end of the other campaign. So that way we can experience the whole story from beginning to all the way to the end. Because 4 hours for a campaign, it's awful. Who thought of that idea? Like, really? There was no conclusion. Nobody wants to have a Modern Warfare 4. Just end the campaign. Give us the other half during the game's life cycle. We don't want to have Modern Warfare 4. And we don't want to have this campaign continued in Warzone. Nobody is asking for that. Please do not do that. You know, that's probably what they're going to do anyway, so what can you expect? What can you do? So I know I'm kind of ranting on about certain things, but let's just get to the end here. So overall, campaign was, I'd say, was a little better than Modern Warfare 2, surprisingly enough. I know some people might hamper me on that. Yeah, it's just like the action was intense and there were some good moments here and there. But the campaign's short duration and how it just abruptly ended, it's like, ow. It's like, why? Why was that even a thing? I just like... And if you compare this trilogy of Modern Warfare with the original versions, it doesn't even get close to comparison. You got the first Call of Duty, which had the Marines getting nuked. You had the second Modern Warfare, where you had a terrorist attack in the airport and so many twists and turns with the downfall of Task Force 141. And then you have Modern Warfare 3, which started you off with a war zone in America and eventually ended with a good conclusion, right? That original Modern Warfare trilogy was epic. And sadly, we're just not going to get that magic to come back ever again. This new Modern Warfare trilogy that we had, the only good game of that trilogy was Modern Warfare 2019, because at least that game had some substance in it where they took risks and actually told a good story. But other than that, the entire trilogy was just bland and boring. Like I said, Modern Warfare 3, not a good campaign. It started off okay, but didn't have a good story, ended abruptly, and the open combat missions didn't really fit the narrative of the entire game. Maybe if the whole game was open world, like I said before, it would have been better. It would have been made up for. But until they release the other half of the campaign in the form of DLC content for Modern Warfare 3, it just didn't cut it today. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this unscripted, short review of Modern Warfare 3. I'm sorry if I don't speak too well, you know, but hey, it's what I do. Anyway, I hope everyone had a good time watching this video. What did you think of the campaign? Leave your comments below. And as always, have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you next time.